Welcome into Locked On Phillies. In today's episode, let me back up from the microphone a little bit. Bryce Harper is back. Yes, MV3 is officially cleared to return to the lineup for the Philadelphia Phillies. We'll talk about everything Bryce Harper on today's episode of Locked On Phillies.
You are Locked On Phillies, your daily Philadelphia Phillies podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Yes, this is Locked On Bryce Harper. Locked On Phillies. I'm your host, Connor Thomas. I've been talking Phillies baseball for years, covering them for the last 2 years, hosting this podcast, Locked On Phillies, for the last 2 years with you. I'm happy to be here with you on the newest episode of Locked On Phillies, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every single day. The Philadelphia Phillies are going to take on the Los Angeles Dodgers tonight at 10:10 p.m. You can go ahead and listen to that game. Every pitch of the Phillies hometown broadcast on the Sirius XM app. Just go to the SXM app and search Phillies to go ahead and access that. A late night West Coast game. Bryce Harper won't be playing tonight. He just got cleared today. He will return to the lineup tomorrow and is expected to be the designated hitter, of course, because he's not ready to play the field yet. But yes, you heard me correctly. Bryce Harper is officially back. Absolutely incredible that this guy has returned to the lineup already. I mean, it's nothing short of superhuman. This may be, and I don't know. No one has full confirmation of whatever we're looking at as far as how fast the recovery time is. We know it's 160 days, but you don't know if there's some dude somewhere who's recovered faster. It'd be crazy to think that. You can't exactly say fastest recovery from Tommy John surgery ever, but I'm going to go ahead and say this might be the fastest recovery from Tommy John surgery in the history of the surgery. It's unbelievable. And of course it would be Bryce Harper, right? There's nothing this guy can't do. He is absolutely insane. The greatest athlete that plays in the city right now. Yeah, I'm willing to say that. He's the greatest athlete that plays in the city of Philadelphia right now. And there's a lot of great ones. Jalen Hurts, Joel Embiid. There are a bunch of guys on the Eagles that went to the Super Bowl last year. I mean, James Harden's an all-time player. He's on the Sixers right now. There are some great players in this city. There's some other great players on the Phillies like Trey Turner and JT Realmuto and right now Nick Castellanos and Kyle Schwarber led the National League in home runs. Doesn't matter. Bryce Harper is the greatest athlete in this city right now. He's incredible. He might be the greatest athlete I've ever seen put on a Philadelphia uniform. I know that might sound insane, and maybe it's prisoner of the moment stuff with this news, but let's just start by talking a little bit about what this exactly means for the Philadelphia Phillies. Right now, the Philadelphia Phillies record, let me go ahead and pull this up here to make sure I have it right, because that Astros series threw me off a little bit. Yeah, they're 15-14. They're one game above 500. They had a month of May where they were a winning or April. Sorry, it is May now. They had a month of April where they were a winning baseball team. So it wasn't a bad month at all. And I remember talking to so many people when the news came out that Bryce Harper was not going on the 60-day injured list to start the year. Season started on March 29th, so that meant that he could come back before May 29th. And we're like, yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's wishful thinking by the Phillies. Be surprised if he's back before that. It'll be right around that time, this, that, and the other thing. Who knows? But it seems like it's just like a shot in the dark that maybe he's ready before that. So you don't want to potentially miss like a week of Bryce Harper having to hold him out for the 60-day injured list. Guys, he's back 28 days before that. It's May 1st, and he just got cleared to play. That's absolutely incredible. He beat the aggressive progression or projection, I should say, by nearly a month. I mean, the initial reports were all-star break. I don't know how it's physically possible. He's not playing the field. He's just going to DH. And shout out the universal DH, man. That rule change last year has helped the Phillies significantly. When this era of Philadelphia Phillies baseball is done, one of the big reasons they were able to have as much success as they've had last year with the playoff run and whatever they're going to do this year and for the rest of really Bryce Harper's time here, we're going to look back and say that universal DH changed the game for the Philadelphia Phillies. You might be able to argue No team in baseball has benefited more from it. And it's because of number 3. He's had that elbow issue that turned into the Tommy John surgery. And without the universal DH, he couldn't be in the lineup because he wouldn't be able to play the field. But now he's able to be back. And just a credit to Bryce Harper. He goes about everything the right way. He is otherworldly, and the average pro baseball player is otherworldly. Let me tell you a little something. Now, I know Christian Pache, he just tore he's got tear in his meniscus, and he's going to need surgery. He's going to miss a lot of time. We had plenty of people, me included, saying Christian Pache stinks when he got here. At his first couple games in a Phillies uniform, he looked dreadful. His career at the plate does not look good. He's a strong defensive player, but he turned it around, whatever. My point is, when he first came here, we're like, this guy's awful. He doesn't deserve to be on a major league roster. I saw that guy in batting practice. That dude is a big guy, athletic, hits the ball like crazy. Like if you played baseball at any type of level, you would be dumbfounded by the ability of Christian Pache. And sometimes he's gotten much better, and hopefully he comes back from surgery well, and the Phillies will use him as a depth piece later on in the year. We'll see how that all plays out. But he's like a fringe major league player, or has been at points in his career, a fringe major league player. And that dude is an otherworldly athlete. Bryce Harper is an otherworldly athlete compared to otherworldly athletes. I don't know how else to describe it. His body is, so there was a great quote about Jalen Hurts last year from head coach Nick Sirianni of the Eagles. When Jalen Hurts had a shoulder injury late on in the season, there was a quote from Nick Sirianni where he was like, his body is not like yours and mine. It doesn't work that way. He heals faster. He's stronger. It's just, he's built different. It was basically what Nick Sirianni was saying. And Bryce Harper is one of those guys that his body is not like ours. He is not built like us. I don't know where he came from. I don't know if he was made in a lab. I don't know what they're feeding people out in Las Vegas where Bryce Harper's from. But the fact that he's able to be back now, not only is it incredible on an individual level, but for the team, take all the projections for the Philadelphia Phillies and throw them out the window. I had him at 91 wins. And yeah, a bit of a slow start. 91 still feels like kind of the pace for me. But the sky is the limit for this team with Bryce Harper coming back more than a month earlier than I expected. And I was pretty optimistic. And one more thing I want to say about this whole Bryce Harper recovery to all you people who are out there wondering why it took him so long to get the surgery after the season and why I was like, oh, he's going to take some time and see the doctors and take a week and do this, that, and the other thing. It's like, why didn't he hurry up and get the surgery as soon as the World Series was done? And I said, I don't think we're going to be at the end of the year looking at that surgery and saying, man, that time off, that extra week between him getting Tommy John and that time off, it was going to cost the Phillies in 2023. Don't you feel silly now doubting Bryce Harper? I will never doubt a single thing this guy does again. Now, maybe that's not true, and that's prisoner of the moment for sure, especially here in Philadelphia, because we can be a day-to-day city when it comes to how we feel about our athletes. Now, Bryce Harper, he's at the pinnacle. It would be very hard for him to drop its standing with the Philadelphia fans. I don't know, somewhere 5 years down the line, who knows? So I'm not going to say, I shouldn't say I'll never question anything again, but why? I mean, he's earned that. We shouldn't. Everything he does works out. Everything he does, he attacks, and he does it better than anybody else. And we are so, so lucky to have him. I can't believe Bryce Harper is a Philadelphia Philly. And I can't believe he's going to play in the lineup tomorrow night against the Los Angeles Dodgers. Just a huge credit to him and who he is as a person, a player, an athlete. Just what he means to the city. It's absolutely incredible. I cannot wait. And I also cannot wait for his home debut back here in Philadelphia after the Phillies get done with their West Coast road trip. Oh my God. The bank's going to be electric. I'm getting chills just thinking about it. And coming up next, we're going to talk a little bit about what the perfect lineup should be for the Philadelphia Phillies with Bryce Harper back. What we should see, maybe not tomorrow, yeah, ideally tomorrow, but guys need off days and pitching matchups and stuff. But when everything is going right and you have the perfect lineup out there, best case scenario, I'm going to tell you what it would look like in my mind. You can let me know whether or not you agree, but you should, because I'm going to be right. This is the best lineup, and I can't wait to see it. We're a day away. Wow. Such a fun episode. We're going to have so much on that and more as we continue Locked On Phillies. All right, let me tell you a little bit about my friends over here at Built Bar. And you're looking for a delicious snack, right? But you don't want all the sugar and calories. Well, you need to try the best tasting protein bar ever. It's Built Bar. You got to try it. If you're like me and you want to make healthier snack choices. I'm tired of eating chips and popcorn and all that stuff. Summer, the pool on my the roof of my apartment, it's just 5 floors up above me. If you're watching on YouTube, 5 floors above where I'm sitting right now. It just opened today because it's May 1st, and I gotta be looking good sitting poolside. Come on, I can't be up there with a huge gut and everything because I ate too many bags of chips and everything the night before. So you got to try out Built Bar. Listen to some of these great flavors, okay? Cookies and cream, peanut butter brownie, churro, all that good stuff, covered in 100% real dark chocolate. That's right, real chocolate. Now, you could say great flavors, real chocolate. How's it healthy? Listen to this: 130 calories, 4 grams of sugar, 17 grams of protein. They taste great. They're great for you. And now you don't need to wait to get a box for years. I've been talking about ordering them online, but you can go down to Walmart. You can go to Sam's Club. You can buy them at Walmart, or you can get them in bulk. Like at Sam's Club, you can get a 13-bar box. That's awesome. So go ahead and check it out. Go ahead and pick up Built Bar. Trust me, you're not going to regret it. Built Bar, best protein bar out there. You're going to have a great time getting ready for summer with Built Bar, one of my favorite snacks and one that's sure to get you in the beach shape you need to be in. All right, and let me talk to you about something equally as important, of course. You got to have your body right with Built Bar, of course, but you got to get your mind right. Body, mind, it goes together. Soul, I can't help you with soul. We're Philadelphia sports fans. Our souls are probably crushed already. But let's talk about the mind a little bit, okay? It's so easy to get caught up in what everyone else needs from you, and you never take a moment to think about what you need from yourself. But when we spend all of our time giving, it can leave us feeling stretched thin, burned out, all these feelings we feel day to day. You know how it goes. Everyone goes through this stuff. You're not alone. And therapy can give you the tools to find more balance in your life so you can keep supporting others without leaving yourself behind. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. So just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. You can find more balance with BetterHelp. So visit betterhelp.com/locked on MLB today, and you'll get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/locked on MLB. All right, let's do it. I promised it to you, and I'm delivering on my promise. The perfect lineup with Bryce Harper included. I know I said I'd get this out for you. And now with Bryce Harper coming back tomorrow night, and we'll play against the Dodgers tomorrow night in Los Angeles. Well, this is the last time I could really get it out for you, right? This is the time to go through the lineup and get it all set. So Rob Thompson, I know you listen. Go ahead and you can write this down and just set this up for tomorrow night to get everything all squared away in Los Angeles. But here's my perfect lineup with Bryce Harper. Something I love about this. We'll see if you can pick it up. I'm not going to tell you to the end. So let me see if you can get it. And then I'll, of course, reveal once I go through the lineup. So Bryson Stott, he's earned it. He's going to bat leadoff. He's been great in the leadoff spot. He's going to play second base. He's going to bat leadoff for this team. That's just where he fits. It's perfect. The kid deserves it. And he's been doing really well in that spot. Of course, Trey Turner's still going to bat second. He's going to play shortstop. There may be a point in this year where Stott and Turner flip-flop at the top. I don't know, but right now, the Phillies are going well with Bryson Stott batting leadoff and Trey Turner batting second. And frankly, Trey Turner hasn't really had a stretch yet where it's like, okay, he's the unbelievable guy you gave all this money to. He will. I'm not worried about Trey Turner. I'm just saying it's not like you can't bat him second because he's so good, even though Stott's good. So Turner could still bat second. That's fine. Batting third for the Philadelphia Phillies. Number 3, Bryce Harper, designated hitter. Can't play the field right now. Not yet cleared to play first base. We'll see when that comes. I don't even care about that right now. I just want to see the guy swing the bat. I just want to see him in the lineup. I want to see what he's able to do with the time off and everything like that. He may be rusty. Who knows? We'll talk more about that as we wrap up Locked on Phillies. We're going to talk about that in a second. But, yeah, I just thinking about Bryce Harper swinging the bat it's downright otherworldly. Like, it's unbelievable to think we're going to see it. I'm almost at a loss for words, which would be bad because currently I'm hosting a podcast, but thankfully I'm not totally at a loss for words. I just can't explain to you what it means to this lineup and this city and everything about the Philadelphia Phillies that Bryce Harper is going to be batting third in the lineup. Third is his position. Third is where he belongs. Bat him third. Don't overthink it. Batting cleanup, Nick Castellanos. He's been incredible right now. He's starting to hit for power again, hit a ball off the darn train tracks down in Houston this past series. Nick Castellanos, cleanup hitter. I didn't think that would be a thing we'd be saying this year, but yes, right now he fits perfectly into the cleanup spot. Everything good there. Kyle Schwarber, who's been batting third with Bryce Harper out of the lineup, shifts down to fifth. He's got to play left field now. He can't DH anymore because Bryce Harper can't play the field. So he's going to have to get used to playing everyday left field. And that's something Rob Thompson talked about and something Schwarber's brought up when he's met with the media. It's going to be a bit of an adjustment for him because even in spring training, he was just designated hitting. He didn't really get fully stretched out to play left field. So that'll take a little bit of an adjustment, but he's going to bat fifth, play left field in this ideal lineup. JT Realmuto is going to bat sixth. That's crazy, right? JT Realmuto batting sixth in this lineup. Don't worry, it gets crazier. But he's going to bat sixth. He's going to catch. Fits in perfectly there. Love that. That's kind of where he's been anyway, because it was, Schwarber third was normal lineup, then Castellanos fourth, and then it was Brandon Marsh in the 5-hole, and then JT sixth. But with Schwarber shifting down, you guys shift Marsh down a little bit. So Realmuto sixth. I have Brandon Marsh batting seventh, playing center field. With Christian Pache out, Marsh should be your everyday center fielder. He fits in perfectly there. It may seem too low for a guy who I just called last episode maybe the best hitter in baseball right now, and he's certainly up there. He's unbelievably good so far this year. But, hey, this lineup's super talented, and putting him lower down gives him an opportunity to have not so much pressure on you. When you start going through a really hot stretch, sometimes you could feel really good about yourself. Sometimes you could feel, especially when you're a young player like Brandon Marsh, who has not gone through a stretch like this offensively in his career, you can say, okay, well, now I'm starting to feel the pressure to do this every day. And if I have an 0-for-4 day, I feel like I'm letting the team down because I was hitting well. So they bumped me up to second in the lineup. So now I got to continue to produce at this level. Him being seventh kind of takes that pressure off of him, allows him to continue batting the way he is. I like that perfectly for Marsh. I got Alec Bohm batting eighth. That's crazy, right? Alec Bohm batting eighth. This kind of do you guys remember that Maikel Franco stretch a couple years back where he was batting eighth and he was like one of the best hitters in baseball? First stretch of maybe like 3 weeks. Everyone's like, wow, why is he still batting eighth? But he just happened to fit perfectly there. Bohm could do that, but over the not just like 2 weeks, maybe over the course of a season, Alec Bohm could be that guy in the 8-hole for the Philadelphia Phillies because he's a better third baseman than Maikel Franco. He's a more consistent player. And I really love what Alec Bohm's doing. Actually, not playing third base, though. I have him playing first base in this lineup because Edmundo Sosa is going to bat ninth, and he's going to play third base. That's how I have it set up. Sosa, I like Edmundo Sosa. If you follow me on social, if you've listened to this podcast, you know how I feel about Edmundo Sosa. Absolutely love the guy. He fits in best ninth to me. It's not a knock on him. It's a strength of this lineup. Listen to the names of this lineup. Stott, Turner, Harper, Castellanos, Schwarber, Realmuto, Marsh, Bohm, Sosa. Let me go through this again with this in mind. Stott, all-star caliber player this year. Turner, all MLB last year at shortstop. Harper, all-world former MVP. Castellanos, all-star for the National League if the all-star game was this week. He's been that good this year. Kyle Schwarber led the National League in home runs last year, all-star last year. JT Realmuto, best catcher in baseball, all-star caliber player. Brandon Marsh, center field, all-star caliber player this year, one of the best hitters in baseball so far this season. Alec Bohm, a rookie of the year candidate back when he debuted, all-star caliber player. Edmundo Sosa, everyday player at the major league level. I can't call him an all-star as much as I want him to. You could argue that 1 through 8 in this Phillies lineup has a case to be an all-star. That's incredible. That's insane. They're not all going to be all-stars this year. Okay, I get it. But their peak level is that good. And this is without Rhys Hoskins. If Rhys Hoskins was healthy, just taking a look at if he was healthy and Bohm was playing third and Hoskins was playing first, every single player in this lineup would be an all-star caliber player. Unfortunately, he's not, but still, this is how we thought this team was going to look. And it's so good to finally see it like that. And what I like about this, if you haven't picked it out yet, I'll go through this by handedness. Stott, lefty. Turner, righty. Harper, lefty. Castellanos, righty. Schwarber, lefty. Realmuto, righty. Marsh, lefty. Bohm, righty. Sosa, righty. The only spot where you have 2 of the same handed batter in a row is when you have Alec Bohm and Edmundo Sosa back-to-back at 8 and 9. Makes it super hard for teams to attack them with the bullpen, get the matchups they want on the mound. It's just this lineup is dangerous. And the Philadelphia Phillies, they're about to hit that stretch where they just go on an otherworldly tear. I can feel it. This is the point in the season. So last year, you remember where the Phillies turned it around was the Joe Girardi firing and Rob Thompson being hiring. This is this year's version of that. Bryce Harper coming back super early is going to give this team the shot in the arm they need. Get ready for the Philadelphia Phillies to turn it up because National League and baseball in general, Bryce Harper's back. The Philadelphia Phillies were already playing well. This team is coming. And if you are not prepared for them, you're going to get absolutely worked. I cannot wait to see how this team turns it on over the next month. And that starts tonight. You can go ahead and check out the Philadelphia Phillies play the Los Angeles Dodgers tonight at 10:10 p.m. We'll give a little look at that game because I do want to still preview that. The team still has to play tonight before Bryce Harper's back. You can go to the Sirius XM app and hear every broadcast or every pitch of the Phillies home radio broadcast. Just go to the SXM app and search Phillies, and you can go ahead and check that out. And I'll tell you more about the preview of tonight's game with the Los Angeles Dodgers as we wrap up this episode of Locked On Phillies. First, though, I want to tell you about, some friends that can help you out with your automobile. For a championship team, it's all about making sure every player is a perfect fit. I just told you how well the Phillies fit together. Well, it's the same when it comes to your vehicle. Every part needs to fit just right. So the next time you need parts and accessories, head to eBay Motors. With eBay Guaranteed Fit, you can be sure every part of your ride, every part you need fits right the first time around. Just add your ride to the My Garage tab and look for the green check to know the part will fit or your money back because just like in sports, confidence is the name of the game when you shop on eBay Motors. And with over 122 million parts to choose from, you'll be back in the game in no time. After all, it's easy to bring home a win when the right parts are guaranteed. Get the right parts, the right fit, and the right prices on ebaymotors.com. Let's ride. eBay Guaranteed Fit only available to U.S. customers. Eligible items only. Exclusions do apply. Yes, like I said, Philadelphia Phillies, Los Angeles Dodgers tonight, 10:10 p.m. You're staying up for that one? You're a brave soul. I'm going to have to, but I'll have to be up early tomorrow. So I'm probably going to get another nap in after this and a Sixers playoff game. It's a busy night in Philadelphia sports, but you want to listen to the Phillies broadcast? I think you should tonight because I want you to remember what this team was like before Bryce Harper returned to it because they're going to be totally different starting tomorrow with Harper back. But you can hear every pitch of the Phillies hometown radio broadcast on the Sirius XM app. Man, I can't say that today. Just go to the SXM app and search Phillies, and you'll be able to find that broadcast. So the Phillies take on the Dodgers tonight. Taijuan Walker will take the mound for the Philadelphia Phillies. Tony Gonsolin pitches for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Now, Gonsolin, so far this season, only has 3 1/3 innings pitched so far. You haven't really seen all that much from Tony Gonsolin, but in that 3 1/3 innings pitched, he's allowed 2 hits, no runs, no earned, 1 K, 3 walks. Nothing so much for him. But for some reason, even though the pitching matchup seems to favor the Philadelphia Phillies, the Dodgers are listed on ESPN with a 66.8% chance to win the game. Phillies 33.2% chance in the matchup predictor. Maybe that's because Taijuan Walker was dealing with that forearm soreness last time out, and this is his first start since that, and they're not sure if he's going to be healthy or how deep he can go. All reports are that he's okay and he's good to go. So we'll see how that plays out. That's the biggest story of tonight's game. What does Taijuan Walker look like against the Los Angeles Dodgers? And can he give the Philadelphia Phillies enough to save the bullpen and get them in position to win the game? The lineup for tonight's game is Stott, Turner, Schwarber, Castellanos, Marsh, Romuto, Alec Bohm playing third, Cody Clemens at first, who hit 2 home runs in that series in Houston. Edmundo Sosa is going to play shortstop. So Turner gets a DH day. So you go ahead and you check that out. That's nice. And Schwarber is playing left field. So they're already planning on getting Schwarber in the mode of playing left field daily to get his body ready for that. So that's good to see. The lineup for the Dodgers, Mookie Betts leads off. Freddie Freeman plays first. Will Smith batting third, catching Max Muncy, who's been incredible this year, batting cleanup. Hayward in right field, Outman in center field, Vargas DHing, Peralta in left, Bush at second base. That's the lineup. Their career versus Taijuan Walker. None of those bottom 4 guys have ever seen Walker, but some of the top guys have had success, and Mookie Betts has been really good against him in his career. So it's not an easy game for the Philadelphia Phillies by any stretch of the imagination. I'll tell you what. I'm going to be honest. I want the Phillies to win every game. But if they lost tonight by 30, I don't think I'd care at all. Because I know tomorrow that Bryce Harper is going to be playing baseball for this team. That's all I care about. I can't wait. And tomorrow we're going to have everything to preview the matchup between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Los Angeles Dodgers in Game 2. We'll recap tonight's game, but we're going to talk further about Bryce Harper and what to expect as he returns from injury, having the proper expectations. So we'll talk about that as well on the next episode of Locked On Phillies. I want to thank you one more time for checking out Locked On Phillies, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Make sure you're rating and reviewing wherever you listen to podcasts. Please subscribe to the YouTube. This gets even more exciting with Bryce Harper back. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Costs you nothing, helps me out a bunch, and puts you in position to get notifications when Locked On Phillies gets posted and everything, so you won't miss an episode. It's absolutely great. So go ahead and subscribe on the YouTube, and I will talk to you next time on the next episode of Locked On Phillies.